Talal here, down here downtown at the mayoral debate, and I'm just out here asking people that are headed in, how they feel about the candidates. How you doing, sir?
Good, I'm fine. And yourself?
Pretty good. What's your name there?
My name is Ahmad.
Okay, and you're headed to the debate, right?
I am headed to the debate.
Okay. How do you feel about the candidates? Are you familiar with who they are? And
I am. I'm a long-time city resident. Been in the city for 50 years.
50 years, huh?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and so have you made your mind up, or you just going in to see what they have to say?
I have made my mind up. I'm just hoping that a lot of other people have made their minds up also, because it shouldn't be hard.
Who you going with?
I'm going with Reed.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So exactly what made you come to the conclusion that Reed is worthy of your vote?
We've had Mayor Slay for going on 12 years, and I have been in North St. Louis pretty much all my life, and that North St. Louis seemed like it's been forgotten about, and it's time for a change.
And so, do you actually think that's the fault of Mayor Slay, or?
No doubt. I mean, his hand, he plays a part. The mayor plays a part, and you have to. You have to not make differences between the parts of the city, in my opinion.
I see. And so, what do you believe that Reed has to offer that hasn't been offered to the disenfranchised communities in the city?
Voice. The concerns that we have with our amenities. Just the community as in a whole. I mean, we haven't seen the mayor. I haven't seen him. Not in my part of town.
I see. And do you think that you think that if elected, Reed will be more accessible and
I would like to say so. I've seen him, and I guess a lot of times you always see him when it's time to get elected. But I've seen Reed before he even decided to throw his hat in. So I want to try to go with him on my support, and hope that he don't prove me wrong, and give him a shot.
I see. Well, thanks so much for stopping in the rain and giving me the opportunity to ask you a couple questions.
Okay, bro.
Okay, have a good one.
You too.
All right. So once again, Talal here down at the 2013 mayoral debate. So I'll update you guys if I get a chance to talk with anybody else and get their perspectives. I'll share that with you guys, and if I'm allowed to film inside, I'll share a little bit of that with you. So have a good one. Talal here down at the 2013 mayoral candidates debate. I have Mr. Mark Howard here, and we're going to get his perspective on how he feels about the candidates and the issues that are going on here in the city. Mr. Howard, how are you tonight?
I'm fine, bro.
Right. And we just like to know, how do you feel about the, first of all, I'd like to ask you, how long have you been a resident here in St. Louis?
All of my life, brother. I'm 52 years old, 52 years.
Okay. And being a lifelong concerned citizen of St. Louis, what are some of the issues that you would like to see addressed this time around?
First and foremost, is the murder rate that's happening in the city. With our young African-American youth, man. That is the most important. Matter of fact, I don't think anything else should be discussed until we get that under wraps.
I see. And have you made a decision, or who are you leaning towards? Or
actually, I'm leaning toward Reed.
I see.
But I would say I'm pretty certain that's where I'm going. I'm saying that, Mayor Slay, I think he's done some great things for the city, but I think it's time for a change.
I see. And from your perspective, what would you say some of the major differences between those two candidates are?
I'll be perfectly honest, man. I don't really think it's a whole lot of difference. I think, him being, he's been a supporter for a number of years. So mine is just simply, it's time for a change. He's had his time. It's time to move on and allow somebody else to see what they can do.
I see. Well, thank you so much for taking your time to step outside of the debate and answer a couple of my questions.
Oh, you're welcome, brother.
Have a good one. So we're actually here. We're actually here inside of an overflow room. The actual auditorium where the debate is taking place is filled to capacity. So we're on the third floor in the overflow room. So once again, Talal here down at the 2013 mayoral candidate debate. All the people who are showing up now are having to come into one of two overflow rooms. The auditorium where the debate is taking place is filled to capacity. The capacity is 250 people, and then there's 50 people each inside of both of the overflow rooms. So I guess there, as of right now, there's 350 people who came out to personally hear what the candidates have to say. So I'll give you guys an update when I get more information. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah. What's your name? Katina. Okay. Well, thank you for taking the time to speak with me this evening down here at the 2013 mayoral candidate debate. I just wanted to get your perspective on what you thought as a citizen of the city about the candidates.
I think the best candidate would be the one who will put the agenda of the people and what is in the best interest of the people in the forefront. That to me makes the best candidate.
I see, and from your perspective and your understanding, who do you think that person may be for the 2013 election?
Well, it would be the one that chooses to do that, the one that decides that they're not going to succumb to a personal agenda, the one that will decide that they are going to force through with the best action to serve the needs of the people. I'd rather not say a particular person, but the one who chooses to do that would be the best.
I see. And you as a concerned citizen of St. Louis, what are some of the issues that are most important to you that you would like to see addressed and brought to the forefront?
I'd like to see addressed the issues of violence, the issues of some income-producing jobs that would help to curb the violence, as statistics have shown that unemployment, the higher the rate of unemployment, the higher the rate of crime. So I think that that's one of the major focuses that should be done on a political level.
I see. And at this point, have you put any thought into who may best get those initiatives accomplished?
The jury's still out on that.
I see. Well, Jazakallah for taking the time to speak with me, and Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah. Talal here down at the 2013 mayoral candidate debates, and I'm standing here talking to Charles from Occupy the Hood, St. Louis, and he's going to, I guess, give us his perspective on the candidates. How you doing, Charles?
I'm doing okay, man. How you doing today, man? Yeah.
Real good. Can you introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'm Charles, man. I represent Occupy the Hood.
Okay.
St. Louis, and I think the debate was I think it was fruitful as far as finding out, you know what I'm saying, what their perspective was, what they plan to do or whatever, and they had a lot of interesting topics they were talking about. But I believe that Chris Matthews, man, which I don't know if he'll get a fair chance, but I think that he'll have a better chance as far as, empowering the black people in in our community.
Do you think that he'll actually get? Do you think he actually has a decent shot at getting enough votes to secure the seat?
I don't know. I can't say that. I don't think it's popularity because it's my first time hearing about it.
Right.
But the way that his approach was, and the things that he was saying, he was talking about things that affect us most. Okay.
And so, why do you think that it's important that people get out to vote here in St. Louis for this mayoral race this time? And what can we do to motivate the disenfranchised to want to come out and participate in this election?
To get more involved, you know what I'm saying? To get other people more, to get our people more involved, because it's affecting us the most. Our education system, our neighborhoods, the crime rate in our neighborhoods, from suffering, it's a terrible thing. You know what I'm saying? But the only way, you know what I'm saying, like, already we've been going along with slave for what, 12 years? You know?
Right.
I mean, now we got this other guy, and this guy been working with him, you know, for the same longest, you know, the same amount of time, been working alongside of him. So, you know what I'm saying? It's just like he said, it's time for a breath of fresh air.
And is Occupy the Hood endorsing any one particular candidate at this particular time, or?
Not that I'm aware of. I had to talk to my other resources. You know what I'm saying? Talk to the heads and see what we come up with. You know what I'm saying, for a final analysis.
I see. Well, thanks so much for coming out tonight, man, and taking the time to speak with me.
Oh yeah, no problem, man.
Have a good one.
A lot of stuff we talking about doing. Say like, good idea. We got these schools out here, right? That we ain't using them. We gotta heat them up anyway. Else the pipes girl burst stuff will go wrong. Let's put the homeless in there. You do that.
You gotta have somebody. You gotta
have people there watching.
Girls don't go too far.
You got that job.
But you know what? I think
that is a job.
But I think when you talk about politics and red tape, instead of having somebody that can work around the red tape, I think we need to have somebody that can break through the red tape. If a man has an idea, you know, Henry Ford kept telling them how to build a car. They kept telling them how a car could not be built. He kept telling them, no, build it like this, build it like this, build it like this. And eventually they came up with how to do it. You support a man that got the great ideas with intelligent people that know how to put them into effect. It can get done. That's a lie they try to make you think that these things that have simple answers can't be done.
He's simple. He just has regular wisdom.
It can be
done.
done.
He didn't have all the fancy statistics and all that, but he had
somebody with a degree and all this to call.
He got a degree.
Yeah, he got a degree, but they want to hear somebody that sound like
Of course I do.
Right.
But still at the same time.
Of course I do.
But still at the same time, that puts red tape
No, don't say
around
that.
common problems. It's a common problem. It's a simple problem to have.
I understand what you're saying, but to say they have somebody
to
say
that's a problem that anybody on the street, you ain't gotta have no degree to understand that if you got empty houses and you got homeless people, add one and one together. You ain't gotta have no degree to do that. That's common sense.
First off, the brother got a degree.
Yeah,
but then
I'm saying
we talking about the.
You want to hear?
Can I speak?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
We talking about the person that's leading our city and representing our city across the nation.
Right.
I want, even though his idea may be good, the ability to communicate that idea is essential.
He can communicate the idea.
I agree.
And matter of fact, he sounds like a more common voice that we would need. I don't think that he's going to win the race, but just understand what he represents and understand what the other two people represent, which is the power structure as it already is.
Oh, we on camera. That's what it is. Okay, we'll turn the camera on so we can actually talk.
No, that's I see the camera. I saw the top before the camera. Well, you campaign for Reed or what?
I am, but this is my first time seeing this guy. See, this is my first time.
Now I see what it is. Now I see what it is.
Remember I said we talking for the camera?
You don't campaign for nobody.
Like I said, I was, because this is my first time hearing this guy green.
Good, man.
And I think that the ideas he came up with, I think he actually got some pretty good ideas.
Well, the thing about it is the ideas he came with is something that everybody knows.
He's a politician. That's all.
He represents the average person.
He don't have no he got a campaign behind him.
I met you twice already, man. Yeah, we were standing behind in my car. Your car was she was inside.
Oh yeah, okay.
Distracted.
On the block.
Distracted.
Right.
Yeah. So you know, a lot of stuff he's saying it makes sense, but it comes into. Well, I'm turning it off, but I ain't trying to be on your videotape, man. I'm trying to have a conversation.
His name's Jamil, bro.
I think he got a lot of good ideas. He has to be able to communicate. He has to be able to.
He doesn't have enough time to because they have the script. There wasn't enough time for him to do so.
That he had to be able to communicate.
Yeah, but he didn't have enough time to. The thing about it is, you have people who know the laws, who already know what's going on. They're going to spit what they know is going on. This program, that program, that. This man is talking about building his own foundation. He doesn't have any type of script. Right. They already have the script structure. He doesn't. He's trying to come outside
now they
the
said
structure.
something Slay said up in there. They kind of like went straight up. Reed he has been by the mayor's side for the last 12 years. 12 years.
Yeah.
That ain't what got
All
me.
you're
That
doing
ain't, no,
is
that ain't
with
what
your
got me. That ain't what got me.
You did the same dance.
Listen to what I'm saying to you. That ain't what got me. I realize he's been president of the automatic for all this time. What got me is y'all said this man has been in city government as well. He's got a new face. Where has he been? What did he do? What did Green do before this?
So that pretty much concludes the events at the 2013 mayoral candidates debate here in St. Louis at Central Library. Thank you guys so much for tuning in.